Ravens fans, we just got some good news, but at the same time, the timing of all this might actually make things more complicated than it looks. Ravens intel, let's break it down. So let's start with a big update. Defensive tackle Nnamdi Madubuike just underwent surgery last week. Breaking news. That's crazy, man. Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm really hyped about it. And you know, I'm sending up a prayer to him, man. Speedy recovery. Take your time. Don't rush it. Take your time now. Take your time. Don't rush it. We definitely need you. We definitely need you, man. I can't wait till you come back, man. Huge dominant player on the interior defensive line, man. That's something that we need to come back sooner than later. But something I just wanted to bring up when it came to this situation. Now, anytime, you know, you hear about a neck injury when it comes to players, you know, there's always a 50-50 chance or maybe 70-30 chance they might not be back, you know what I'm saying? And for Nnamdi Madubuike, all throughout the season last year after he got hurt, you know, a lot of reporters every week, every time after the games, they always ask, when is he gonna be back? What's going on with Madubuike? What's the update with Madubuike? You know, what's happening? Is he coming back anytime soon? How bad is the injury? Is it week to week? Is it day to day? You know, everybody wanted to know. And you know, for the longest, you know, we was always told, like, you know, he'll come out and let us know. He'll come out and let us know. He'll come out and let us know. And you know, we got a few updates. We saw him working out. That was one thing that we saw. We saw him working out. We seen those videos, and even came out and say that, you know, he'll push to come back this season. And now, you know, just to hear the news that he got the surgery last week, that's even powerful. So yeah, you know, we hear about football players don't make it back from neck injuries because we know, you know, it could be definitely a serious injury. It's definitely a serious injury. And I want him to take his time coming back, and even coming back, you know, prep his way up when he comes back. You know, even at practice, be off to in the other field by yourself. You know, get those reps in by yourself. Then come enjoying the team, you know, after you get those reps in by yourself, you know, just to get that speed up, you know, so you can get game time ready. Doctors are very optimistic about it. Very optimistic about it. And that's great to hear. So that's great news coming for the Ravens right before the draft. You know, just hearing about Madubuike, him just bringing that news out for the fans, and they know this was going to excite us. They know how we feel about Madubuike, man. We know we need that defensive line to be dominant. We know that. We know that. So it's just some great news to hear, man. I'm hype about it. Madubuike is just that dog. You know, I saw when he came in since day one and work his way up. You know, just being under Calais Campbell, working underneath Calais Campbell. Just asking him questions, asking him how he take care of his body, what he eats at halftime, what he eats at pregame, how does he prepare, you know, for the season, you know, how does he keep his body in shape throughout the season and make sure he doesn't, lose too much energy, lose that juice towards the end of the season, you know, going into the playoffs and just playing at the end of the season and all that nasty weather in the winter seasons. Wait a minute. While the Ravens got that great positive news, the division didn't sit still. Let's talk about it. So they we got some big news when it came to the division. The Bengals made a big trade with the Giants and acquired Dexter Lawrence, defensive tackle, massive defensive tackle. I believe he got like 2 or 3 more years on his contract. Don't quote me about it. I think it's 2 or 3 more years. Leave me a comment. Let me know how many years he got left for his contract. Dexter Lawrence coming in for the Bengals. That's a big upgrade. Now, yeah, granted, you know, we got somebody from them, you know, Trey Hendrickson, appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, their pass rush is still a little, you know what I'm saying? Because they got the rookie last year, but the rookie gave them a hard time last year. You know, he was a little complicated when it came to the money and the contracts and stuff like that. But that's beside the point. How are we going to play this out going into the draft? In the first round, are we going to take an offensive guard in the first round? I'm liking that. Offensive guard in the first round. We're going to talk about that on another video. But it's just my thoughts, you know, just running through after hearing about the trade with Dexter Lawrence. I'm just thinking like, okay, hey, we got to get offensive line first round. Got to. I wouldn't do wide receiver. That's just me. I will not do wide receiver. I will not do pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? We brought in Trey Hendrickson. You know, we still got the young dog that we drafted last year. I can't think of his name right now. Mike Green. That's the guy that we got as a pass rusher. That's a young dog that's just changed his number to number 15. I'm gonna talk about that as well. We gotta help Lamar out. We gotta give him more time in the pocket. We can't have him scrambling back. We can't have him going 10 yards back, stepping 10 yards back while he's getting his reads, because he can't stand there in the pocket because the pass rushers is getting that fast to him. So, you know, we got to help out the offensive line. Everything starts in the trenches, as we can see what the Bengals did. They started in the trenches. So there's two things that's going on right now. On one side, we got the Ravens, you know, they have optimism when it comes to Madubuike's recovery. And then on the other side, we got the AFC North getting tougher up front. That's creating a lot of pressure, not panic, but pressure at the same time. You know, when it comes to the Ravens, we got to get an offensive lineman up front, because we can't continue to just rely on, you know, late round picks, you know, guys that we still rebuilding, guys that we trying to just take a chance on. We can't waste no more time taking chances on guys. We can't waste no more time with that. We got to get ready to build around Lamar. So this is some great news that came out for the Ravens when it comes to Madubuike, but also some bad news when it came to, you know, Dexter Lawrence coming into the division with the Bengals. And it's something I was thinking about. Let's think about this. You know, even with Madubuike's expected return, the AFC North is still evolving, and the Ravens still have big decisions that they had to make right now. But I want to hear from you guys. You know, do you think the Ravens should still prioritize the trenches going into the draft, or this really doesn't change anything at all? And this is your Ravens Intel. You know, I appreciate y'all guys watching the videos. I'm gonna continue to give you more updates when it comes to this team. Like, share, subscribe. Gridiron Flock TV. We out.